Into match number 3, we go now over in the UEFA Nations League with some juggernauts such as England and Italy trying to make it 3 wins on the bloody spin. We'll take a look at it, all of it, and we're coming at you next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video today. It's all about match day number 3 in the Nations League. I'm going to come at you with part 1 of a 3-part get-up here. And in this video, we're going to take a look at the likes of Italy and England, who are looking for their 3rd win on the bounce. So will they get it? Well, we'll take a little look at it, all of it in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the Patreons. You know who you are. And again, big shout out to the VIPs. They are, of course, the members. That's right. All part of this amazing family that is Blackburn Rovers Seas. Now, there is another way that you can become part of the family. What am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about this. That's right, folks. It's all about the voting, of course. Voting is still open for Blackburn Rovers Seas Best Club Content Creator Football League, Best Podcast for the Football League at this year's Football Content Creator Awards. 2 categories. We're hoping to bring on the bacon in at least one of these. So please go ahead and vote. It costs you absolutely nothing. Takes 20 seconds of your time. And yes, I do appreciate the support of the channel. And this could be a great way to, of course, get us back in the spotlight once again. So I do appreciate any love that you can do. Link in the description. It's on the screen. And there's also a QR code if you're savvy. But back into action to the Nations League. I'm going to recap the results that did take place back in September. We're talking about match number 2. And these were them, including France, 2-0 winners over Belgium. Of course, I went with the 2-1 win, my eyes. Italy got a second successive victory, beating Israel this time around, 2-1 winners. Norway, 2-1 winners over Austria. I went with a 1-0 win. Slovenia, 3-0 winners over Kazakhstan. Again, I went with the right side with a 1-0 win for, actually 3-0 win was the final score. 1-0 win was my prediction. Meanwhile, Wales with a 2-1 win over Montenegro. Again, got that one spot on the nose. Turkey picking up a 3-1 win over Iceland. I went with a 2-0 win, ain't too shabby. Kosovo did beat Cyprus 4-0. I went with a draw, and Romania did beat Lithuania 3-1, and I went with a 2-0. So realistically, I did pretty much fantastic in those games. And of course, typically this is where we'll take a look at your predictions, but we are not going to be doing the prediction league. That has been put on hiatus for the time being. But if you want to keep on predicting anyway, put them in the comments. The best way to do that is copy the matches that are going to be in the description, paste them in the comments, and put in your scorelines like that. And then I'll have a look at them next time we come back around. But we are, of course, looking forward to the next round of games. But before that, let's take a look at the tables then. Here we go over in League A Group 1. Portugal, 2 wins out of a possible 2 for them. Same can be said for Italy. They've got off to the best possible start as well. Germany and the Dutchies cannot be separated with 4 points at the top of Group 3. And the Danes, of course, 2 wins out of 2 for them. But, of course, a spicy game coming up this coming week to see who can take a charge of a League A Group 4. Let's drop down a tier to League B with Georgia 2 wins for 2 for there. Greece and England are going to be locking horns to see who will be in the driving seat in League B Group 2. Slovenia and Norway have it level up again over in Group 3. And Turkey and Wales, same can be said, as both sides have 4 points for the time of recording. Let's drop down to the group, League C, Group 1. Sweden and Slovakia, 6 for 6. Romania dominate their group as well. Belarus and Bulgaria top the charts in League C, Group 3. North Macedonia edging Armenia and Latvia at the moment in Group 4. And then finally, San Marino, 1 win out of 1 for them. Could you Adam and Eve it? And Moldova and Malta currently top the charts, League D, Group 2. Don't forget to vote, guys. Of course, we already talked about it once, but might as well go again. Please go ahead and vote. It costs you absolutely nothing, and it does wonders for the channel. Now, of course, we are looking forward to those next round of games, and we've got a slam-packed agenda, of course, waiting for us this week. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, folks, first and foremost, it is Israel. They're going to be taking on La France. However, this match will be taking place over in the Bosik Joseph Stadion over in Budapest, over in Hungary. Of course, Israel under Ranban Shimon currently find themselves in 4th in this table. That is, of course, League A Group 2, without a win so far to the name. France, though, 1 win and 1 defeat so far. They sit 2nd, of course, but come into this on the back of 58% form. That's 3 wins out of the last 6 matches. matches. Israel just won a couple of wins as well at the last 6, but these two nations have played 6 times since 1995. Nothing for Israel, 3 for France, and there's been 3 draws, of course. Now, these two sides have locked horns, most recently back in 2005, but it's actually been back-to-back draws between these two sides, both in Israel and in France, of course. So the last time anyone came out on top with a victory, it was La France way back in October 2003. The Israelis on the back of a 3-1 loss to Belgium and a 2-1 loss to Italy. The French also losing to Italy and picking up a win against Belgium. The bookies, though, they'll go overwhelmingly so for France. They are heavyweights here, and they should win this game. Israel, the underdogs, and of course playing their home games, not on their official turf here. So unfortunately, it'll be a 2-0 win, though, for the French. Israel getting nothing out of this game. Head on over to Italy now, as they will entertain, of course, Belgium is what's going to be one of the games of the round. Italy under Luciano Spalletti currently find themselves top of the pops after back-to-back wins. Belgium coming in on 42% form for them at the minute. 3 points out of a possible 6. They, of course, winning 1 match of the last 4 matches. Now, these two nations have played 10 times since 1954. 6 wins for Italy, 2 wins for Belgium. There's been 2 draws between the two sides. Last time around at this over in the Nations League finals, Italy came out on top, a 2-1 win when these two sides locked horns back in October the 10th, 2021. Pretty much 3 years to the day. In fact, Italy have won 3 on the bounce against Belgium, with Belgium's last victory back happening in November 2015. The Belgians on the back of a 3-1 over Israel. They did lose to France last time around. Italy back-to-back away wins, beating France and Israel in quick succession. The bookies will find it tight, but they will go in favour of Italy. They are favoured here. Belgium, the underdogs. I'm also going to go with that as well. I'm going to go with the 2-0 win for Italy to maintain their perfect start over in League A Group 2. So 3 wins on the bounce. Belgium are in trouble. Head on over to Wembley now as England entertain Greece, as both sides coming into this on back-to-back wins at 6 points of a possible 6. Lee Carles leads England, winning 5 of the last 6 games. 83% form for them right now. Up against Greece under Ivan Jovic, who've won 3 on the bounce as well. Played 5 times these two sides since 1971. 4 wins for England, nothing for Greece, and there's been 1 draw between the two sides. Last time around, it was back in August 2006. It was a 4-0 win for England, who've played, like I said, 5 matches against them, keeping 5 clean sheets on the spin. England on the back of successive clean sheets as well, beating Ireland and Finland in a quick-fire 2-0 victories. And Greece also back-to-back clean sheets. In fact, 3 clean sheets on the spin for Greece, having beaten Malta, and then Finland, and also Ireland in their preparations for this match. Bookies will go with England. They are overwhelming favourites over at Wembley. Greece are the underdogs. Can only see 1 winner here, and that's being in England. Going to go with a 4-0 win with a bit between the teeth, and England cruising. Head on over to Finland as they take on Ireland. That's right, as both these nations try to get themselves back in contention to at least compete for the runners-up spot. Finland coming into this without a win in 4. They, of course, got no points to the name up against Ireland, with an Iceland coach at the helm. 3 defeats on the spin for them. Played twice these two nations since 2022 and out of 2 for Finland. Both of those games were in the Nations League. That's when, of course, they were both in Group B, or League B, should we say. And there's been back-to-back 1-0 wins for the Finns, that's right. Meanwhile, though, Finland to make it back-to-back games without scoring a goal, as do Ireland, coming into this on the back of 2 games without a goal. The bookies will go, it's quite tight, going slightly in favour of Finland, but it could be a hair separating these two sides. Smells like a 0-0, but I think I am leaning towards an Ireland victory, just 2-1 win, but realistically it does smell like a draw. Head to Austria now as the Austrians trying to get themselves back into the thick of things, because they have had a pretty poor start to the Nations League thus far, with just 1 point out of a possible 6. They sit 3rd in the table, but ahead of Kazakhstan, who currently find themselves in 4th and have 8% form for them over the last 6. That's winless in at least the last 6 matches. Austria without a win in 3, still under Ralf Rangnick, who had some big fans, big supporters over in the Euros, up against Stanislav Cherchev, the Russian coach in charge of Kazakhstan. I've played 4 times since 2010. 2 wins to Austria, nothing for Kazakhstan, and 2 draws. With the most recent match being at Austria back in October 2012. 4-0 winners for Austria. Austria again, 4 wins, 4 clean sheets against Kazakhstan. 2 wins and 2 draws. Meanwhile, Austria opened up with a 1-1 draw against Slovenia. They did lose to Norway last time around. Kazakhstan drawing with Norway and also losing to Slovenia as they exchange results. Bookies will go in favour of Austria, overwhelming favourite here. Kazakhstan, amazing, massive underdogs. So I'm going to side with Austria as well. 2-0 win, another clean sheet, which means Kazakhstan goalless in 3. Head on over to Oslo as Norway take on Slovenia. That's right, as these two nations dominate this current group over in the Nations League. That's Norway. Currently find themselves in second spot, 4 points out of possible 6. 50% form for them right now, 1-2, lost 2, and drawn 2. I've got Slovenia, who topped the table with just 1 defeat over the last 6 games, 4 points, as well as Norway. I think goal difference will edge it. Now, they've played 11 times since 1998. 6 wins for Norway, 2 for Slovenia, 3 draws, of course, with the most recent match in the Nations League back in September 2022. 2-1 win it was for Slovenia, who, of course, 3 games unbeaten against Norway. The Norwegians on the back of a 0-0 draw against Kazakhstan. They also picked up a cheeky 2-1 win at home to Austria. Slovenia picking up the draw against Austria and a 3-0 win against Kazakhstan. But those were back-to-back home games. The bookies for this one, they go with Norway, overwhelming favourites. Slovenia, underdogs, massively so. And I think I'm leaning towards Norway as well. 2-1 winners. They do have a golden generation, and it's time for them to shine. Let's head on over to Latvia as they take on North Macedonia, of course, to try and get themselves some big old points coming at you on October the 10th as well. Latvia currently find themselves third in League C Group 4 with 3 points with a win and a defeat. Up against North Macedonia, who are top with 4 points, a win and a draw. Now, these two nations have played 3 times since 2014. Nothing for Latvia, 3 for North Macedonia, and there's been no draws. Last time around, though, at Latvia was back in September 2019 in the Euro qualifiers. 2-0 win it was for North Macedonia, who have come into this 3 wins on the bounce. North against Latvia. Latvia, though, a 4-1 loss to Armenia, then they picked up a 1-0 win against the Faroes, of course, in their previous games, with North Macedonia drawing with the Faroes, but picking up a win against Armenia. Their bookies, though, find it quite tight, but going in favour of North Macedonia on the road, so they expected them to win. I think I'm leaning that way as well. No, sitting on the fence, 0-0 draw, which I think will be a massive point for Latvia. North Macedonia will think this is 2 points dropped in their eye. Head on over to the Faroes now as they take on Armenia in the same group. Faroe Islands currently find themselves with just the 1 point and have a possible 6. They sit 4th with 25% form for them right now, winless in 5. Armenia, picking up 3 points, have a possible 6. Just 1 defeat in the last 3. Now, these two nations have yet to play against each other, so this will be a first. Faroes on the back of a draw against North Macedonia, and of course, most recently, a loss to Latvia. As for Armenia, a big win against Latvia, a loss to North Macedonia. But this match on the road will be quite tricky. The bookies will go with Armenia over Faroes. They are, of course, fancied on this one. I think I'm leaning that way as well. Going to go with just a 1-0 win, and that's Armenia over Faroes over at the Tolfoshalun in the Faroe Islands. Over to the Rock now as Gibraltar take on San Marino. It's the game of the day, guys. Looking forward to this one. Played twice since 2020. 1 for Gibraltar, nothing for San Marino, and there's been 1 draw. Gibraltar are unbeaten in the last 3 matches. 33% form for them right now. San Marino picking up 1 win at the last 6. In fact, San Marino coming into this without a win on the road in 85 matches. Played twice again, like I said. Last time they played at this very venue, which of course is the Rock of Gibraltar. It was a 1-0 win for Gibraltar back in September 2020. The last time they played, though, it was at San Marino back in November, also same year. It was a 0-0 draw. So San Marino 2 games against Gibraltar in recent times and haven't found the back of the net yet. San Marino did open up their campaign with a 1-0 win over Liechtenstein. They did narrowly lose to Moldova. On the flip side, Gibraltar coming into this with their one and only match in this competition so far was a 2-2 draw against Liechtenstein over at Gibraltar, and it's actually 3 games unbeaten now for Gibraltar, all of them at the Rock of Gibraltar itself. So with draws against Wales, and win against Andorra, and a draw against Liechtenstein, has them believing in themselves. The bookies, though, which way they're going, don't know which way the bookies are going to go on this one, but I think I'm going to go with Gibraltar myself. 1-0 winners to continue that amazing run, and that might get 4 games unbeaten for Gibraltar. And then finally, folks, we head over to Liechtenstein, I believe, as Moldova take on Andorra. And look at the flags. Look at the flag. Very similar flags. It might actually take place in Zimbabwe. I don't know why I've got Verders here. But regardless, Moldova coming at you with 3 wins in the last 4 games. Unbeaten. Well, just 1 defeat in the last 5. 58% form for them as they top League D Group 2. Up against Andorra. 5 defeats on the spin. 8% form for them. And these two nations have played 8 times since 2011. We've got 5 wins for Moldova, 1 win for Andorra. And there's been 2 draws between the two sides. Last time around, over at when Moldova have been the hosts. It was a 2-1 win for Moldova. That was back in June 2022. They are, of course, unbeaten against them over back-to-back games. So far, though, Moldova picking up a 2-win over Malta. Andorra with a 1-0 loss to Malta coming into this one. So it does look like Moldova are in the driving seat. Got no odds on this one, but you've got to back Moldova, I think, here. 2-1 winners in my eyes. It might even be more than that. So that, my friends, will complete my pickaroos for this part of this match day. Of course, there's going to be 2 other accompanying videos for this, so make sure you stick around for that. And again, don't forget to vote. We are looking for your vote. Cutley/vote BRFC. Best club content creator, Blackburn Rovers Seas. Best podcast, Blackburn Rovers Seas. That's both for the Football League, so please keep an eye out for that. And if you can get your time, I do appreciate you if you can get the votes in many, many ways, whether it's 3 browsers, a phone, whatever, smart TV, you name it, you can do it. So I do appreciate that. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to smash the like. We'll be back again. There's going to be quite a lot of international football on the channel very, very soon. But that, my friends, is it. Subscribe, smash the like. Catch you later. But guys and girls, we are done.